Welcome, Amanda Agapi, to CYC. Thank you for making time in your very busy life as a nun here in the monastery to talk with us about monastic life.
Thank you, Tess. You are most welcome in the Monastery of St Demiana.
Thank you, Amanda. For our first question, Amanda, can you tell us about your entrance into the monastery, please?
At first, my parents rejected the idea completely for me, and they prevented me even from visiting the monastery as a visitor. But my father of confession helped me a lot, and he supported me, and he arranged a meeting between me and His Eminence Sayyidina Amba Bshui, the head of the monastery. I took his permission to come whenever I can, and I came without their permission, but by the support of my father of confession. And then he spoke to them, and my mother came and visited me. She became very happy with the monastery, with Sayyidina, with the nuns, spoke a lot with them. And at last she told me that I'm not worthy to have the honor to have one of my children to be for God.
This is so beautiful.
But for my father, it took him 3 years to be convinced. And he came. He didn't visit me all these 3 years, but at last he came. And they invited them to attend when I was dressed to be a novice.
Yes.
I think this is the first time and the last time. We never invite the parents or the family to attend.
Okay.
And they attended. He came the first time, and he was very happy. Later on, he convinced other parents who were rejecting the idea for their daughters.
So he became an ambassador for the nuns.
Yes, yes.
This is wonderful. Is it a common thing that the parents are not supportive of their daughters to become a nun back in those days?
Yes. Last days, yes.
Yes. Very good.
Maybe these days there is some freedom for the children or the daughters to choose what they like their life to be.
And Amanda, how many years have you been a consecrated nun in this monastery?
Actually, our life is not measured by the number of years. Life with God, but I think it's measured by how much love in it. But anyway, I came to the monastery since 1979, and then I consecrated as a nun in the year 1983. So about 36 years as a nun, but 40 years in the monastery. But when I look to these 40 years, I think as if they were only 40 weeks, passed very quickly. Always our great problem in the monastery is that time is short. Always we like to do many things, but time is short. We don't do all what we want to do.
Yes, so you have that problem in the monastery as well as we have that problem in the outside world.
Yes.
That's wonderful, Nina. Can you please describe the stages of becoming a consecrated nun?
Yes, at first the girl come and go, spend periods of retreat in the retreat house, not in the monastery itself. And during this period, she can sit with the nun who is responsible for examining girls to be nuns. She helps her to find her way. And also she can work in some works with the nuns to review her also. And if it is okay with her, she can enter the monastery and spend 1 year. She should take an extended leave of work for 1 year and spend this year inside the monastery with us. And she is dressed in light blue. If everything is okay with her this year, she go to the second stage to spend 2 years also as a novice. And she is dressed in gray. She also examines herself, and also the nuns help her to know her way. If everything is okay for her and for the monastery, she can become a nun, consecrated as a nun. During these 3 years, she can freely, anytime, if she felt that it is not her way, she can leave.
Okay.
Or if the monastery see the same, she can leave.
And after the consecration?
It is not easy to leave. Why?
Because in our previous conversation, we talked about perpetual vows of the nun.
Yes.
So once the consecration, they stay inside
Of
the
course.
monastery.